Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age: The Veilguard. This is episode 11. Last time we recruited Emmerich of the Mornwatch. We got our Fade expert. We now have all of our companions, and we also have Lucanus returning, and I apparently have Stick Drift at the beginning of this episode. Isn't that fun? Ain't that something? Awesome. We are in the lighthouse today because we have, obviously, because now we have Emmerich in the party, we also have new lighthouse interactions. So let's take a look and see what our companions are going to be talking about before we head on out, because we are also going to head back to Navarra. We're going to go back to the Necropolis because there are quests for us to do. I'm going to fix my controller situation here, and then we'll go.
This place, sometimes I get the feeling...
We're being watched?
Of course, when you're around, the wisps aren't far behind.
Yep.
Sometimes you get the feeling you're being watched. Yep, hey guys, just me, your best friend. Definitely not just your boss. Okay, good talk. I feel like that was a dig at me. Was that a dig at me? When you're left excluded from conversations for a certain amount of time, you start to become self-conscious. You're like, okay, nobody wants to talk to me, and they're complaining about eavesdropping.
It's weird living somewhere where all the silverware matches.
Well, maybe not eavesdropping, but the feeling that they're being watched.
Well, it's all as you left it.
Close enough. I think the caretaker's been tidying up. Rook, now's not the best time to chat. Let's talk later.
Later then.
Okay. Missable conversation. Yeah, go away. And whose fault is that? No one's. It was an impossible choice. Minrathus and Treviso. And now look at us. We have Lucanus away from us for 3 episodes. And then what happens? As soon as he comes back, get out of my face. So Nev's wisps are chilling out without her at the moment. How are they surviving? How are they coping?
No one said saving the world would be easy. Just wish it were easier.
That's cute. I get to see like idle animation where Balara's journaling, and we'll read about it in a codex entry at some point. And it will be groceries. They're over here.
Look at all those green leaves. You've really brought this place to life.
Amazing what a little weeding and water can do. They're growing so fast, too. Even the ones I haven't tended. Maybe they just needed someone to remind them?
Pretty wholesome. We're going to keep entering that room, running into the little pond in the middle, though. It is unavoidable. Let's go check in with Varric, because we're the only ones to do so. Emmerich also has a conversation for us. And this is where Tash is, but Tash's little... Oh, nice. Wait, there's some setup happening here. Hey! This got put here. The original ogre being slain that was in Davrin's spot? Has that been moved over? That's a curious looking throne. This is cool to see all of the rooms getting fleshed out. The medieval bench press. These monkey bars seem a little too small to operate for a grown adult. Tasha's horn. Learning about Tasha's horn. Davra. Snapped it on my first job with the Lords. A Gamorrean Stormrider. We hit her during a typhoon as she attacked a little fishing village. I used my axes to climb off the wet ground onto her back. That's the best way to deal with lightning dragons when they start making the puddles fry you. Saved the villagers, but lost the horn when she slammed me against the cliff face. Better my horn than my skull. Valara, Veil Quartz. Really strong, and the right weight, so my balance isn't thrown off. I took a giant crystal of it as my share from the Storm Rider. Armorer and the Lord shaves bits off as my horn grows back in. No, I don't know what harmonic resonances are. No, it has never shot lightning. That's fun. I really like that design component. Veil Quartz. How fun. We just adjusted to the balance of our broken horn. We did get a missive as well, coming back, writing from Navarra City. Dear Rook and Professor Volkaren, the Watchers are sending this letter for me. I'm the man who used to be enslaved by the Venatori. My name is Claudus. Thank you. Bless you for stopping them. I would never have seen the sun again if not for you. I can sew very well. The Watchers say there's a great call for tailors of the deceased. This was strange to me, for we do not need such things in Tevinter, but the Watchers have fed me and found me work. I can never repay them, or you, but I will help clothe Navarra's dead. May you walk in the light, Claudus, a free man. I love that there is that little tiny bit so far that we've seen of Tevinter slavery and us playing a part in that. However, I expected that to be in Minrathous or Docktown, that sort of story event. There may be a quest yet that we'll experience. I'm hoping. Let's go check in with Emmerich and then Varric after.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels, fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance, how would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Curious hiss. This is great.
Where or who'd you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
A spirit of curiosity is so fitting.
Manfred's very aware for one of the common dead.
Isn't he? You can see why I couldn't leave him behind. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
Not getting into this again.
I feel something of the soul returns when we revive the deceased.
That's my view as well. It's difficult, isn't it, to prove those lingering glimpses may be grace.
Wow.
Well?
You know, you sound different when you talk more and watch things. Way fancier.
I do no such... No, I don't.
Thanks, Professor. I learned a lot today.
My pleasure.
I do nothing of the sort, my dear. I was just having a rather eloquent conversation with my dear man, Emmerich, and Manfred over here, my chaps. Look at this starting to flesh out in here too. Yeah, it's very clear from the get-go. I can very much maintain that we've just recruited the best companion. Companions, plural. And I really like that I've gone with Mornwatch, because I was excited for the Navarran Necropolis anyway, and I was like, that appeals to me. Secondary was Warden for sure, but I'm very happy with this choice, and we'll get to be able to get to converse with Emmerich on a deeper level, having the same background.
How thoughtful, Rook.
I do like that the gift giving does permanently affect their place of living. You know, like you get to add to their environment with a decoration. That aspect of the gift giving I do really like. Where's Manfred gone? Is he somewhere on the map now? Where you at, boy? Okay, he's gone up here. Oh, for some more rock, paper, scissors, perhaps. The Mornwatch. A distressing sight, how I regret visiting Amaranthine today. I'd set out to explore a chantry described in one of Brother Bedine's travelogues. Harding came along, but somehow had her fill after only a few minutes. While inspecting some exquisite mosaics, I spotted a funeral procession through a window. I watched, frozen fast, as the mourners fed a shroud into a bonfire. Harding didn't understand why I looked green. Don't let those outside Navarra ever find it heartbreaking, dwelling on the departed without the comfort of a body. Even their ashes are scattered to the wind. From Emmerich's diary. How I regret visiting Amaranthine today. Now, it's been like 20 years, basically, since we, failed to save that city in the Dragon Age Awakening DLC. What is it? It was between Amaranthine and Vigil's Keep, the Warden base, and you got to decide whether you were going to be able to defend both, save one, sacrifice the other. So a bit of an Amaranthine mentioned there. A lot can happen in this time gap. So in my story, where Amaranthine unfortunately took the brunt of the attack, surely there has been a sufficient rebuilding effort in that time. And for Amaranthine to be also coupled with a Mornwatch codex entry is pretty funny for that. A monthly stipend. I don't understand why Lucanus claims it's bizarre for Manfred to receive a modest monthly stipend. Manfred may need the funds one day, and he's capable of making small purchases with supervision. I admit, however, he fancies the strangest things. Some recent acquisitions. A silver-backed Antivan hand mirror, 20 blue marbles, 4 sticks of chalk, he presented one to Harding, a jeweled brooch shaped like a lizard. I had to make up the difference. He must learn to tell copper from gold. A brass cup, a rather fine quill knife, confiscated, 2 pounds of almonds, removed to the kitchen. Yet more string. The latest item costs nothing. Manfred's become very fond of a little wooden stick that he enjoys pointing about. From Emmerich's diary. Yeah, Manfred gets pocket money and he just buys random things. Even food they can't eat. The almonds is a very nice touch there.
Are you okay, Rook? You look like you could use a nap.
Says you, pal. It's alright. When nobody else comes to visit you, I will. Alright. I'll do some transmog. Alright. That's been done. Rook has done a little bit of a transmog. And we've also gone to our room at the same time to apply some paint to our character. So we've put on paint, not one of the actual face pieces that we get, but we've gone for one in the character creator on one side of the face, which looks really quite decent. Balances out the tattoo on the other side. And now we get to venture back out. So in the world, we've got quests in the Necropolis halls. However, we're going to take this opportunity to travel to the Crossroads, and we're going to go there with Emmerich, and we're going to go there with Lucanus as well. So we're going to take 2 characters that can have a conversation together hopefully. And we haven't had Lucanus in a while, so we'll just bring him along. And maybe we'll do a Crossroads related quest on our way back to Navarre, because there are quests and things to do here.
It's like all the remaining Blight is being drawn to this spot. Undead in the Crossroads. How is that possible? Something's wrong.
Interesting. Emmerich, do you wish to say anything on this matter? Undead in the Crossroads. Curious. I assume that is potentially cropped up since opening access to that location. Let's put on a quest. I think we'll do returning to the necropolis so we can at least track that, and it will take us in the right direction. So we'll go through the Morn Watch aesthetic.
We sail.
The spirits are returning.
Oh, cool. And wisps. So instead of the spirits being up where we couldn't reach them before, spirits are hanging out in the Crossroads. And spirit cats even. How peculiar. Oh. We can put a champion essence in here, and we can go and check out this place.
They're dug in here. The Venatori must be after something nearby. Let's get it first.
Must get clear!
The failing fools!
End this!
The gods will not suffer this!
Well done!
On your right! End them! Quickly! Strike them down! We've done it.
Yeah. The interesting thing left behind here. We have the remnants of a battle. Gravity doing gravity's thing here. An unknown artifact. What are the Crossroads doing? The spirits of the Crossroads do as they must, Felasan, as do we all. Thank you, Solus. That's incredibly useful. Really helps your old friend pull together a rebellion against the Evanurus.
Take out those crystals, and we cut off the power they're channeling.
That's cool. It's cool that, so we're getting a few characters from books coming in this game, from what I've been made aware of. Inquisition has done that as well, with like Fiona appears in that one. And in this game we've got Antoine and Evka, the Grey Wardens. They're apparently in books. We've also got Felasan, also in books. We've got more revelations like the Lyrium idol being the dagger, also a plot point in books. At least the game, gives us that revelation naturally because it's sort of like the Halo problem when you compare Bungie's Halo to 343 Industries Halo, where it became way more reliant on comics and novels and outside knowledge. Like Halo 4 to Halo 5, there's like a whole amazing segment that takes place in optional story, and then you start off Halo 5 and all gone. And it's that sort of element with Star Wars as well, with like, I remember reading a novel before Episode 9 came out, and it was kind of touted as this amazing connective piece between Episode 8 and 9, and that there'd be a lot of relevance there, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, cool. And then I, read the book, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, what the hell? Not at all! Which was a bit of a shame. But the good news is, Dragon Age is...
Get clear!
Dragon Age is not really doing that, which is nice. Dragon Age is not really doing that. It does make a really good effort to showcase, for the most part, why things are the way that they are. So I'm grateful for that. Alright, so then we have to do one up here too. But this is very involved.
Now's your chance! Nicely done, Rook!
Hang on, wait a minute. I'm not wearing my appearance armor. Put that back on. There we go. Wait. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Is everyone intact?
I commanded! Attack!
Not a problem.
Your lives are ending.
We're taking fire!
I'm on it.
I see we've company.
Send their regard. End this!
There.
Now we're done with this.
He can't lock us out anymore.
Oh god. Smoldering Bloodforge. What?
On it!
Hello?
Good going, Emmerich.
At your service.
Did the Venatori build that?
They tried to. Yeah. That whole time we were unlocking a health altar. God damn, look at this place. Apprentice Sulian. Look at that. Hello. Love this kind of stuff visually. Heyo, Miyazaki, what are you doing working on this? Alright. I was like, cool design up here. Was not expecting the Venetos. Jesus.
Now's your chance.
An excellent hit, Rook!
They're behind you. End it now.
Very good. Level 24.
Still alive?
Grab that. Take out big glowing crystal. What is that? The Way of Peace. A pantomime theatre mask of Silace. In narrative, she is the hearth you leave and return to. The comfort that bookends a journey where everything, especially self, has become unfamiliar. Get ourselves a Fenrir altar.
Another of those Fenrirel altars.
Then Tori were like, we don't understand it. Lock it down.
We're not alone.
Don't leave me alone, I'm over here. I'm getting items.
They're at range.
The goddess just disappeared into the void. That's so funny. He had such a, like, cartoon fall. Just when you stand there for a bit and he's like, whoa.
We've a fight ahead. I'm ready again!
Now's your chance.
Let there be no shelter from the dead.
snipers! Take the last blow!
There. That's what the Venatori are after. That wolf
Another.
statuette. We've seen them before. Better keep it safe.
Yeah. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Another wolf statuette. Alright. Benhero Altar gave us another one of these. We've picked up the Trials of the Gods as a codex entry. Beautiful headpiece there. The memory of a sermon given on this spot still lingers. How does one serve a god? For the poor souls still enthralled to the Avenurus, that question has been answered for them. Service is no longer willingly given. It must be rested, and it must entertain. Mithal called her people together and offered this warning. Shall you kneel in terror, work mindlessly, parrot my virtues, and think it the greatest of compliments to me? Do not merely follow the wise, seek the wisdom they sought. How then does one serve a god who scorns both servility and unexamined divinity? The answer is in the trials they set for their chosen. We must embody their virtues and know their regrets. There is no greater offering than to understand. It's a nice one. There are wisp vendors in the Crossroads. That is truly something. You can buy these relics for this essence. There you go. So we can sell these at particular vendors for some more stuff. Upgrade our ring. We have appearances. Arlathan Archivist robes. Captain's heater. Dalish flying kite. Spellbound longsword. Grab this memento. The Veil Jumper's puzzle. Read that. Watchman's Taj. So it's just a lot of Dalish style. We'll leave that alone. This is fun though, the concept of wisp merchants. What are you talking about? I can sell valuables to this one, and it gets Veil Jumper reputation. Oh no, hang on. Crows, that's a crow symbol. I'd be getting... Oh. Wait a minute. Is this a crow vendor that died in Treviso? So they got sent and put to the Crossroads? When you lose Treviso, there's a shop that ends up going to the Crossroads. Is that my understanding here? The Antiva stuff, or is there just a merchant wisp for all of the locations? There was let me see. Oh, yeah, there's one here. Some are just buying, but that was an actual selling one. Dragon bone and a dragon egg.
Spend money on that. Never mind. What do you have?
You can keep just buying specific materials for gold, so that's really nice. Privies that way. Alright, so there was 2 to buy from. Another one here.
The situation in the Crossroads, so of course I volunteered. I mean, what kind of veil jumper would say no? I only wish I'd been able to bring my Fade tuner, get some readings. I suppose
Imperceptible whisper.
we all need to make sacrifices.
Veil jumpers are able to talk with the spirits. Okay. So we have some Grey Warden themed gear here as well. The Guardian. Alright, bit of a shopping trip done. A lot of our resources spent on these vendors. Knowing that there is a Antivan Crow's vendor that you can rank up the strength with, though, is really, really interesting. Another champion essence in here.
Something truly powerful is drawing the undead here.
Cool. Oh, well. They're perfect for you, Emmerich. I just realized that I have my old ultimate again.
On it.
I quickly chuck on my... I don't remember changing back to my fists.
On the left.
The Avenging Crow!
Ready, Rook.
A fine hit, Rook! Struck, Lucanus!
We're in the clear.
Ready when you...
Not in the clear for long, are we?
Behind the portcullis. That one's raising the others. We need a way through.
Stay in cover. It's too soon. You're being fired upon. Stay in cover.
End it now.
Have them now!
So we're just gonna be stuck here forever because they're just luring. They just keep raising enemies.
I get a wisp to follow me. Get a taste of your own medicine.
Alright, let's go get a wisp then, shall we?
We need to close in.
Oh, literally right there. Okay. Hey, surprise! I'm coming for you.
There. Take it out before it raises any more dead. Thanks, Lucanus.
Must move!
Boom!
There we go!
Lovely. Alright, we're memento hunting at the moment. We've got a few to read, so let's take a look. Mementos. Pantomime theatre mask of Dirthaman. In narrative, he is the secret behind what beckons, whose reveal answers, questions first denied, then demanded. The Veilgjumper's puzzle is a puzzle that seems solved, but the Veilgjumper trains to find the broken paths that seem at first complete. That is where the gateways are, where the monsters hide. Paragon Therese Salak, stood against the Darkspawn during the desolation of Khal Sharok. She gave her life so her people could find safety behind the Tig walls. And mining's a dangerous job. Lightless tunnels, frequent cave-ins. Knowing where to go when you need to go is priceless. Thankfully, these men will show the way. I'll put my original ultimate back on now as well. Not original, but back to my tornado, please. I quite liked that one.
They attack from afar!
I'll make this quick.
I'm at the ready!
Move!
Good one, Rook!
Those undead looked elven and ancient. Well, whoever they served, they're fighting for the gods now.
Everyone all right?
Beware the ancient that sleeps here, dweller. Death and blight have not tempered its rage.
Interesting. A lot of healing potions being put here. And, hey, beware. What is it?
Corruption. Undead. I'd say we found out who's responsible.
Betrayal of Felisan.
Undead.
Whoa. Alright. Okay, I think my controller is acting up again. Lovely DualShock controllers, they're made so well.
All together now!
For freedom!
Damn, dude.
What? It's drawing power from the Fates head.
And restoring itself! Watch out!
That should weaken it.
Behind you!
What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? It's pushed me all the way out! What it... What?
His back turned.
What?
Watch behind you! On the job.
The story unfinished.
That probably hurt!
Say the word.
For the wolf! Move quickly! Finished. Naughty again! This is an assassin's nightmare!
It's weakening the Fater. Keep going. That should weaken it.
They're at range.
A story unfinished.
Hold on, Rook. Stay in cover. Ready, Rook.
Understood.
They're firing at us.
For the wolf.
I'm still ready. An attack from a distance. They're at range.
Nice. All the detonations.
They're gone. The Fater and that Revenant. All that's left is its essence. The Revenant's essence feels darker, more powerful. He must be protecting something big. We should look around for a door it might fit.
The Burden, a unique amulet. Extra damage while at low health. Low health triggers earlier, and your health cannot go above 70%. Surprisingly heavy. It weighs you down and then picks you up. Yeah, my character moving like this is stick drift. What's really annoying is this is my most recently acquired DualSense controller as well. I got like my Spider-Man one, and every single DualSense, I have 3 of them. The one that came with my PS5, I bought one in black, and I bought a Spider-Man one. And all 3 of them have horrible connection issues with USB-C, because I have it connected directly to the PC, because Bluetooth, there's like lag in the input. And this is my first instance of stick drift. As you can see, my character keeps popping over to the side, so retire that controller and just see how we go with the black one, and just look at it and go, wow, that's a pretty looking controller. And it's a shame because I think the DualSense controller is really good. The trigger's really nice. There's always a controller that is just filled with issues. Back in the day, it used to be the 360 controller for me. It was always with a terrible battery pack situation where I would have to just rubber band the battery pack to make it more less likely to be knocked. And now it's DualSense controllers. Meanwhile, Series X Xbox controllers, Xbox One controllers, nah, perfect. Xbox Elite controllers, garbage. Mine broke twice, so it's not very nice. But you know, what can you do? Now that we've completed that, we do have the Revenant Essence, which can go all the way back here in a thrice-sealed gate. So we can see what that's about as well. We've got corrupted essences in a lot of places. The heart of corruption. Regrets of the Dreadwolf. Search Crossroads. We've got 3 out of 5 of those.
More trouble.
On the job. That should speed things up.
Emmerich and Lucanus with the double detonation goes really well together.
Impressive, Rook. Well done.
As a spirit mage, Emmerich, you must sense spite.
Yes.
I'm sorry that you two came together under...
No! Can't you see we're trying to have a conversation here, you stupid machine?
Still in one piece.
Let's continue our discussion. I'm sorry that you two came together under such unjust circumstances. Ah. My sympathies.
You can hear spite, even when he doesn't take me over.
This close, yes.
I am so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, so Emmerich can actually hear and communicate with Spite. That's really fun.
Oh my word! This place! I could spend an age speaking to all the spirits here without exhausting its possibilities.
Emmerich's just so happy to be here. Right, so there you go.
Door. I think the essence we took from that revenant might be our way through.
A key, perhaps for something the gods are hiding.
And we're gonna need multiple pieces of that as we gather them. So we'll just slowly put them in over time as we explore more of this place. Do we want to just continue blasting things? I think I want to go back to the Necropolis halls. I guess we've yet to have Emmerich's actual proper companion quest pop up, where he's, you know, it's the get to know them mission.
Emmerich.
I don't mean to be intrusive. In times of stress, the possessed often experience intense emotional shifts. Given recent events...
Is this sympathy or a field study?
I'm sorry about Treviso, and I intend to look out for you and Spite as best I can.
Emmerich's so good. Whoa, hello. Hello, Pride Demon. Emmerich is so good. And the Lucana stuff is going really well in terms of that dialogue, because that's kind of what I was expecting. Makes me very happy. This is the dream team in terms of detonation combinations. Holy shit!
Buy me some time.
My god. We're able to do so much with the three of us detonation-wise. Placate mischief.
I think this wisp wants something.
Oh. Good thing my dagger is so useful. Tash would hate this if she had to continuously breathe fire on all of these. I want real-time companion reaction to, oh, you can do what I do with your fancy dagger? What the hell's going on there? You know? Harding's like, I got the stone sense and I can sing the song, and your dagger can just do it. Because you stole the dwarven magic from us, you elves. Silver spoon. A piece from a cutlery collection intended to be part of an undead tableau. Never used, presumably. The wisp is now following me, which could come in handy because there was a door that was wisp locked when we were first visiting here. Is it around here, actually? Yes. Well, it might have been this. Good.
Of course.
The mists never lifts on the plains below the halls. It was a mistake to travel one of them alone. Who rang those chimes? What was that shape I saw gliding through the thickest patch of fog? Why am I still cold? Days later, even in front of a fire maker, I ache for the sky.
Wonder what their story was.
I could ask, if you'd like.
Oh my god. Really? Oh my god.
Stumbling. The steps. Skeletons saw.
We literally got Speak with Dead spell.
No choice. Had to be brave. Had to be brave. Too late to cry. Save the boy with the grave.
Anytime I start wiggling, I have to move. Never...
Easy enough.
Never do that goddamn idle animation. Oh. That is so cool for... That is so cool for Emmerich to be able to do that. Balancing. We got Emmerich with some fancy brain. God, brain work. I like it. Spoke with a necromancer, hey?
Did you just hear something?
More Venatori. They're summoning a demon this time.
I can't swim.
They are powerful enemies.
Attacking from afar. The gods want more! Don't grant it! What's left? From a distance!
No.
Certainly.
Ah, nicely done.
Venatori sure made themselves cozy here.
The cultists will be staying longer than they imagined.
Werner and Vorgoth will be happy. I think that's the last of the trespassing Venatori.
It's a travesty so many of them gathered here undetected. We really must raise some new corpse guards.
Incredible. What do we do if we light these? Oh! There's a wisp. Hold on. Oh, and there's a wisp receptacle. Can't light that one. Hold on. Is there an order to it? Just like the last one?
Right away.
Ah.
We got it.
Just had to light all three of them and then get that one. Oh. Oh, this is fun. There's multiple of these put around the place. Really like it. Strange painting. Recovered from the collapsed tomb of an ancient king. The stories surrounding the burial site about spectral figures and a stolen crown are typical necropolis rumors.
What do you dream of in the dark?
No! Not yet! Don't bury me! I'm alive!
Oh god.
Alive!
Jesus.
It's open. There's light.
Damn, that is grim. She saw the light, but it was not the light of the coffin being opened. That's grim. All right, Emmerich has upgrades. That and that. Okay. We will head back to the lighthouse now. Caretaker's workshop can be upgraded. Returning to the lighthouse. And our team is busy hanging out together. We have a timed conversation here. We'll get to that in a moment between Belara and Emmerich. I'll go and listen to these first.
Heard you took Rook to see your mom.
What? No, she just showed up.
Awkward. You're trying to be badass for the boss and save the world, and there's Mom.
Correcting my posture.
Oh, it gets even better.
And how I pronounce words.
Even better.
Don't you have griffin crap to clean up around here?
That's pretty fun. It's like the element of hanging out with the boss. See, it's very much like hanging out with the boss. And that's how that works. And the mom shows up. It is interesting when they're hanging out in the courtyard with multiple groups, Nev and Harding.
Do Templars really not have authority over mages in Tevinter? What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
There's no way that Harding didn't already know that information ahead of time, right? Like, Harding, what do you mean? What do you mean, Harding? Is it really like this in the north? Scout Harding, who's informed on everything? Oh, interesting. So it can be assumed that Davrin carved a whole new one of the same sculpture for Tash. Interesting. And we're going to go and check in on Lucanus, and he's going to go, "Not right now, Rook. I'm brooding."
You know, we have more comfortable rooms and basically infinite space, so why,
Why does the trained assassin prefer a quiet, unassuming spot with good choke points?
Guess you just answered that question.
Besides, I'm closer to the coffee.
Ah, yes, the coffee obsession in the kitchen. Gotcha. I am closer to the coffee. Which is why nobody wants to talk to me when I'm out here.
New voices, many wanderers. Life returns to the lighthouse.
Rank 6, upgrade and enchantment time. Alright, upgrades and menuing all done. Let's have this conversation.
No, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Wouldn't the connection to the lyrium cause...
The veil to rupture? Not if you're careful. Really, really careful.
Rook, good to see you. Bellara was telling me about one of the artifacts she calmed. Her manipulation of the Hylic spheres put some circle mages I know to shame.
Oh, that's so nice. Really?
Bellara, repairing the Illuvian network alone is worth a thesis.
Well, I mean, yeah, considering how Illuvians went from pretty damn rare to there's one everywhere.
Have you run into anything like it before?
Not at all. The principles are familiar, but the application, the finesse. Though admittedly, my interests lie more with the spirits. Look to Bellara for elven magic expertise.
She came right in and started talking about interstitial resonance and stuff?
Yes, not everyone who's self-taught bothers with complex theory.
Well, thank you.
That said, I've noticed you working at all hours on that artifact.
Really? I don't think it's all hours.
And you're either the first to wake, or you simply aren't sleeping some nights.
Thank you, Professor, but I'm fine. Mostly.
We need you rested and ready to go at all times.
Maybe I've had a late night, or two, or more. And maybe I fell asleep in my breakfast. A couple of times. But we're in Solus's old home. There's so much to learn.
And we've time to learn it. But in order to do that, you must take care of yourself.
Not that Solus should be any kind of example, but even he slept. You can too.
Sometimes I can't. Fall asleep, I mean. My thoughts get in the way.
Perhaps I can help.
With sleeping?
Yes, I can teach you some breathing exercises, the ones we show initiates.
Oh, that's very nice, thank you.
Of course. We must look out for one another.
And thank you too, Rook.
Anytime.
Okay, I am going to relax. Right away. But first, I had another question.
I thought you might.
I've come to check in to say, hello everyone. Communal notes on the lighthouse. Thank you for your notes, Bellara. You've discovered fascinating things about these artifacts. Thanks, Professor. I wish I knew more about the lighthouse itself. The ancient elves crafted a lot of places right inside the Fade, but this one's so calm. You really think it likes company? Yes, from the way the etheric flow bends to the pulse of this place, the lighthouse is shielding us from the stronger currents. Without it, we'd attract dangerous company in the Fade. Did Solus build this place himself? How old is it? So many mysteries. Speaking of which, wherever did this stain come from? Oh, sorry. Coffee spilled when an artifact went off. Let us begin a fresh page. We get a really nice really nice addition to the party with Emmerich. I think his demeanor is appropriate, and he's a lot more elevated. He's energetic, and he does have a politeness about him, and he makes everyone feel at ease. And I quite like that. A lighthouse spirit. I'm starting to wonder if the lighthouse might be alive. There's almost a heartbeat, I'd call it, a rhythm to how things happen and more. I asked the professor about it, and he told me about something called a genius loci, or loci, I still don't know. The spirit of a place. Spirits are attracted to emotion, right? And a place that has a lot of emotion tied up with it, that's going to attract an especially strong spirit. And there's a feeling, like something's watching us, but not in a bad way, more comforting than anything, and that's nice. I want to see if I can speak to it. Not sure how I do that. Gotta ask the professor about it. So Balara and Emmerich conversation is appreciated. And now, after some Crossroads exploration, finishing off the Venatori in Necropolis Halls, we have choices. We have side quests, and I think we're gonna head down to, where are we? We're gonna go to Treviso, and we're gonna look into a city blighted, because this has been such a neglected location for us, obviously. We're gonna take Lucanus for obvious reasons and Tash for Antam reasons. I think that may be a good combination, and we'll have a look at this city blighted side quest. And we'll go, woof! It looks like this. This is, whoop. Well, I guess it's the crow's nest. That's cool. Alright, in terms of where we actually want to go, however, the quest is here, and we'll track it, and we've got to rediscover this city all over again.
Hang on.
So, Lucanus, you're an Antivan crow.
Yes.
Do all crows have demons in them?
What? No.
It's fine if they do. I'm Rivani. Our seers let spirits possess them for ceremonies.
Well, Antivan crows don't. Spite was put into me by the Venatori.
Oh. That's messed up.
I get that there's probably, like, not anywhere else really to go or evacuate, but you could leave Treviso and not hang out right next to some massive blight bubbles. There's so many survivors that are just, like, just chilling. Like, kind of feels like maybe you'd want to leave no matter what the cost. People fleeing Lothering, for example, and then maybe they end up in Kirkwall. This is just depressing to traverse, isn't it?
The Anta make demands, friends, but so do the crows. Let our protectors admit they are in
Blighted on the left, other injuries on the right. Don't let the blight spread.
Yeah, the marketplace seems kind of abandoned, so when we saw, like, a market in the Crossroads that had crow faction to selling valuables, can kind of see why.
I'd rather see the estate burn than be in Antam hands.
That will serve no one.
Help. Help Blightseek.
I hear that when the dragons attacked, you chose to help Minrathus over Treviso. We drove it off, at great cost. I don't expect an outsider is too concerned with that.
Being a crew, you'd kind of have to help the city for sure.
I was trained to deal with dueling injuries, light slashes and puncture wounds, and occasional poisoning.
This was Shadow Dragon's background versus the crew background. You'd have to basically choose where you came from.
From dwarves to Kunari.
Okay, so there is a merchant that's here still. This guy was initially blocked off when we were first here. But now we can take a look at some crew-themed gear. You wonder how long it's going to take for this place to end up like, oh god. I wonder how long it's going to take for this place to end up like, Demeter's Crossing.
Eyes up.
You have some Arntom to fight. The Arntom invasion. When the Arntoms invaded the south, the people were completely unprepared. Antiva and northern Ravane were overrun quickly, with the invaders pushing down through the Green Dales to the Minata River, leaving only the southernmost of the Free Marchers spared. From there, the Arntom pushed west, overpowering Tevinter magic with Gatlock cannons and brute strength until the defenders finally held at Virantium. Navarra was spared, likely due to the Arntom fears of necromancy and unwillingness to attack until Tevinter was conquered, but almost half of northern Thedas fell to Arntom rule in just a few years. To those asking why the Arntom waited centuries to attack in force if they were this powerful, I would remind them that the Qun teaches that outsiders are to be converted and educated. Under Kunari control, the Arntom have been fighting only Tevinter, and even then, they followed rules governing how and when to attack. Gatlock cannons were not to be used on civilian targets, for example. When the Arntom broke from the Qun, they threw off the restraints that held them back. It is also important to note that the Arntom fought alone, with little in the way of supply lines or experts in food production. The craftspeople and strategic experts who would normally support them had not broken from the Qun when the Arntom did. The invaders needed to attack to keep eating. When they encountered resistance that would have forced a siege, the Arntom invasion stalled. The Kithsharks, who wished only to conquer, now had to learn to rule the lands they would claim.
blight in the canals. Everyone needs to stay away from the water.
Tune on the rocks. A recent drowned district staple, rum is matched with salt water and presumably seasonal parvolan fruit, floated from a dreadnought hold while Antam are distracted by their own windy butcher.
I'm on.
The rich of free commerce. And a butcher's screw. Thanks. The writ of free commerce is reproduction of the decree exempting Antivan trade from royal taxation. Municipal fees remain, but are rarely mentioned when their merchants try to get similar writs passed in their home nations.
I heard crows can strangle a Kunari with their own darsam.
With their what?
The ropes Kunari wear. You can strangle us with them, but only if they're tied wrong.
Why would we strangle you with your arm ropes? Why wouldn't we just stab you?
Doing it with the darsam makes it look like an accident.
We're professional assassins. Most of the time, when we kill someone, we want people to know it was us.
Oh, okay. But you could strangle a Kunari with their darsam if you wanted to.
Of course.
Of course. That's fun. Alright, we have...
Yep.
a lot of these that we're lighting. Open a door, and it's lighting fires next to it as we do it. There's one right here. There's one right here. Okay, it won't let me do it, which means maybe you have to find and light them in order. Here's another one. Oh, okay. No, I can... Alright. Just doesn't come up with the prompt. I have to just do it. There we go. Now I came up with that one. Nice. Tusk of Glory. An exquisite axe of immense weight. The horn on the blade once belonged to a notorious Valokos. With every strike, the horn almost sings. Which reminds me, I forgot to read Lucanus's new blade. The sadistic small sword is designed to be twisted into anything it pierces. And the simple oil and stone is a carefully selected river rock, and the cheap cooking oil can be used to pinch, and a pinch to sharpen blades.
The chantry over there used to be the preferred meeting spot for our clients before the invasion.
Bet it's got a great view from the top.
Back on the ground soon.
It is a pretty gorgeous view, even in a blighted city.
Hey, Lucanus. How's Spite?
In a killing mood. Though, after the latest casualty reports from home, so am I.
Tosh says, okay then, forget I asked. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Lacanis.
Anytime.
They're behind you!
They're behind you! Say the word.
Vendetta. When seating is not limited by an occupation, all are welcome at the Centauri Diamond, but the most prestigious tables are invite only for the signature house game of Vendetta. In the game, played with a divination deck, Death and the Fool constantly trade ownership, eliminating a major arcana card with each pass. Hands are rebuilt with the minor arcana until Death at last takes the Fool, and best final draw takes the pot. Outcomes can seem nebulous, and it is rumoured the entire exercise is a silent way to discuss contracts while hands are kept busy and away from weapons. These suspicions are always voiced by onlookers. The invited do not speak of Vendetta. From Game of Chances by Philium, a bard.
From what I hear, your mother is intense.
Yeah?
It can be hard, trying to live up to that.
Is your mother like that?
My mother died when I was young. I was raised by my grandmother, Katerina. She was very intense as well.
Right. The Venatori got her. And you're gonna kill the ones that did.
Yes, I am.
Nice. Recruit simple tunic, basic but sturdy protection that can be donned in seconds should there be a sudden attack. And we got like a little on-tom gang hangout just in here. How interesting. And we just can't climb in there and hang out. That's so weird. They're not even that blocked off.
Ready for a fight?
It's too good for you. Finish him! Save a little for the rest of us, Rook. End it now.
Got him pro style. Everybody good?
Warlords of the Antam. It is easy to think that the Antam broke from the Canary as one, but the reality is that of a vase, shattering into countless shards, each broken in its own way, reflecting the warlord who now leads each kith. Some, like the Butcher and Treviso, use their new freedom to indulge in cultures long forbidden to them. Others, like a Tarshok, the Dragon King, or Iskatari, the master killer in Ravane, reject foreign cultures and either lean on the trappings of the Antam or invent a heritage to inspire the loyalty of their soldiers. What seems consistent among the Antam warlords is cruelty, from Barkon Asar, the Flaming Wind, whose ships terrorize the northern coast, to Kashtar, Jewel Taker, whose kith have become a bandit army in the mountains outside Morothius. I believe the reason to be twofold. First, these Kithshoks feared that their army might turn upon them as they turned upon the Arashok, so they drive their soldiers through fear. And second, there are very few kind and thoughtful Antam. This is an observation, not an insult. The Qun has two words for healer. One is Rathari, a healer priest, whose name literally means one who helps, and the other is Maradim, an Antam battlefield healer, whose name comes from Maredi Twa Adim, or do not let them fall. Those under the Qun have jobs selected for them by their teachers, so any young Qunari too thoughtful or too sensitive for the harsh life of the Antam would have been made Rathari instead of Maradim. The Qunari, in their wisdom, decided that all children who were naturally prepared to follow orders and hurt others should be placed in the Antam, and this is the result. There are few Antam, not Kithshoks, but individual soldiers who did not break from the Qun. Their help is the only reason the betrayed Arashok survived. They and the former Arashok have renounced their Antam status and now serve under the defense branch of the Ben Hasrath as the Qunari, their body in rebellion, try to survive with mind and soul alone. The surviving Arashok, the one who may or may not have fought in the Fifth Blight, depending on your story.
You were frying things in the kitchen last night.
I needed something to do.
At 4 in the morning?
Sorry if I woke you up.
Got any more of those fried things?
This one Venatori just interrupting my dialogue.
Now's your chance!
Oh no, it's more than one.
Sorry if I woke you up.
Got any more of those fried things?
I'll make another batch.
Now's your chance! Stop weakening you!
Finish it!
That should speed things up!
Nice takedown!
Still in one piece.
There. That pile of blight. That's what Chance wanted us to clear out.
Stinks even worse than normal.
Target those blighted boils. That should be good. It's working. We're weakening it.
Nice work, Dodge.
They're down.
I have never
Whoa.
Oh my God.
What?
Of course.
Just question marks, bro?
Got him good there.
We need to close it.
Good one, Taj.
They're dead now.
I hate to say it, we should take a look at that darkspawn. Something was off about it. This darkspawn's wearing a necklace. The pendant's shaped like a crow.
That specific pendant represents House Deriva.
We need to show this to Chance.
Damn, okay. Very peculiar indeed. A darkspawn with an amulet.
Hey, you and the crows fought a dragon in Treviso?
Yes, while the others dealt with one in Minrathos.
Fighting in the city had to be rough. All the people. All the stuff to catch fire.
We drove it away. Barely.
That's more than a lot could do. And next time, you'll have me.
Another of those Fen'Harel altars.
What is going on here? We have a bunch of statues all to turn around and a lot of Lucanus stuff. And also levers to pull. Alright, let's see. What does this do? Oh, okay. It reveals which direction to point your stuff. For the gentle person of any situation, there's a game of wits for you here in the garden. A game of wits, eh? You have to go to the one that's being pointed to as well, maybe? Oh, no, never mind. So that's pointing to that one.
Not a problem.
I don't know about pulling the levers yet, you know? Maybe I should do the statues first. Oh, actually, that lever might open that gate. That lever does not open that gate. So I don't know what that lever did.
Of course.
Might take multiple levers to open the gate. Yes, multiple levels to open their gate. And then this has to go and point in this direction. Yeah, that was a game of wits, apparently. It all points towards this, gotcha. Just make all the statues point in this general direction, and Spite was able to help. So for a normal person, it probably would not be as easy as us having Spite point us in the direction. Well done, friend. These statues' hidden mechanisms were crafted at the gracious behest of our king, after I suggest an unexpected puzzle hidden in the art of the city could provide some merriment for the public. I hope it's amused you. If you are the first to solve this trick, please take this small reward for your cleverness. Sincerely, Yolanda Flores, inventor to King Fulgeno II. You gonna say anything about it or not? Use a potion applies bees to nearby enemies. Oh, Red Jenny, by the way. We got a Red Jenny's belt. Sarah was here. Go on, use a potion. You can't spell belt without B, or B at least. Anyway, there's a B in it. Also, bees. The fact that all I'm going to say about this is I choose to believe that Sarah solved this, opened this chest somehow without a lyrium dagger, put this in there, and said, "Ha, stinking crows. I've taken your riches and you can have bees." I'm going to take that as the happy Sarah reference that it is, but I'm not going to wear the belt. Put that back on. That's funny.
Chance? Got rid of the blight in the streets. But we also found this crow pendant on a darkspawn.
Is that... This was Airs, our trainer for the fledglings. She went missing. That darkspawn you fought must have been... May she rest. And sadly, I must ask you to search for another wayward crow.
I have not seen Fletcher, our merchant, in a few days.
Sadly, correct. They were sending me reports of Antom movements. Despite this blight, our invaders are planning something. Here are Fletcher's roots. If the blight found them, they deserve a clean end. Like any crow.
So, blight spreading, poisoning, infecting crows, turning them into darkspawn, and we're just hanging out in the same room as it! Ridiculous. Alright, let's go to Fletcher's last known location.
We have company.
And, oh look! Ow!
On it!
Alright, deep!
Watch yourself. Trouble coming.
Nice work! Ready!
It's Fletcher.
On the job.
Good one, Rook. Now's your chance.
We should check the body to make sure it's really Fletcher. A sealed tube with notes in code.
I cannot read it, but that cipher belongs to House de Riva.
We should take this back to Chance and let him know Fletcher's at peace.
Where is this chest? Ah, in here. The hard way. Unique axe. When payment is due, you'll be asked which way. Permanently reduces the target's defense by 5 on hit. Enemies with 0 defense are damaged for an additional 50. Oh, that is pretty good. We'll level it up. And the Ravens of Antiva. First debate after Antiva partnered with assassins was quite literally symbolic. The question was crow or raven. Early sculptors worked with both, and many remain despite the obvious victor. Lovely. Alright. We will return to Chance.
Chance, we found Fletcher.
Maker, guide them to your side.
Fletcher also had these notes.
Always scrupulous. If this is information on the Antom...
Are you alright?
Merely a cold. Thank you, my friends. I must now think and figure out what the Antom are plotting.
The most fakest coughing known to man. But signs of blight sickness for sure. Alright, missing in action, and that is a Treviso quest done. Feeling pretty good with that. Let's head back to the lighthouse. Let's check in. Let's see what our teammates are up to now as we return home. On the map we have no missable conversations, so we'll just see what everybody's talking about. What are you guys talking about?
The helper waits within.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'll check that out.
Emmerich, have I got this right? Manfred's a wisp?
A wisp of curiosity, to be precise.
And this wisp was so curious about our world, it just couldn't wait to come here, animate a body, and serve you tea?
Manfred enjoys boiling the water. He's mesmerized by the steam.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Someone resides within the little secret room. Okay.
Hey, Rook. Nice to have our own kitchen, don't you think?
Yep. Anyone visited you lately? Doesn't seem like it. Only off screen when I'm not in the lighthouse, of course.
Zishsam Othtar, Lok Oshkasam Pika. We have come to the store to search for melon. Stupid crisp consonants.
We got shadowboxing and brushing up on the language. Tash really is a very good and perfect example of an outcast from not only the society in which they are usually born into, the Qun, but also an outcast in their own right by trying to figure out their own identity, and there's a whole mixture of things there. There's the displacement of their people that they're not getting to experience, and then the mother who is also broken away from that but is teaching and instilling those same principles. And then you've got this whole Lords of Fortune piracy angle, and Tosh is just this amalgamation of like, what the hell's going on? I'm confused. Why do I have to do this? This is crap. And their attitude definitely feels accurate in that regard, especially because it seems like they're quite young based on the notes that we read of them learning at like age 14, and they're probably like early 20s. So that whole sort of attitude with Tosh feels correct with their experience in the world, or maybe limited experience with the world. Like they've literally escaped the Qun and then been in piracy, and then a very strict, overbearing mother at the same time. It's I find it quite intriguing from a character standpoint.
How are the crows after the dragon attack?
We're assassins. What do we know about dragons? Thea and Viago are juggling the response to the dragon with the fight against the Anta. The other talents are scrambling. And I don't know what Ilario is doing.
That last part seems normal.
I suppose the world hasn't ended yet.
And tense conversation potentially with these two being like, hey, Rook helped save my city. And Nev making a lighthearted joke about someone who he hasn't heard from in a while. It's like, too soon.
How did you get so good at fixing illuvians?
Oh, it's mostly a survival thing. Accidentally release a couple demons or rile up the local wildlife with misdirected magic a few times and you learn what not to do.
Oh.
Oh. What else we got? That's it. We'll check out what the caretaker was talking about. Oh my god, big old hug. Big old hug. And hold that hug for photo mode.
Hey, son.
We have paw.
Hi there, boy.
He'll only talk to Hassan on that specific animation, potentially. Bring the hug back. There we go. Bring back the hug. So good. Alright, that is Hassan petted. And now, what is going on in here? Is it, if it's blinking, does that mean that there's an update? Oh shit. Okay, hang on. So there's a wisp, and these are wisp spots. Okay, so it'll help us down.
Between the facing gods.
Ah. Well, that's easy. Oh my god, there's so much cheese. There's so many cheese wheels. I come in here and I look at everything and I miss the cheese wheels. Jesus. Okay, so we're wisping it. Another helper awaits. Right on. Well, that'll be up where we first did the Mythal and Solus statues. And they were roommates. I'm glad that there's more to this. Ah! Get over here. Ah! Oh, it's a giant portal. Okay. And I've been teleported to a library balcony. This is fun. This is like when you're in... Oh, we're finally up here. This is like when you're in Skyhold and you're discovering certain secret spots. On leaving the lighthouse. Only a few sentences in this ancient book are still decipherable. Scattered now, the great enemy has vanished, but so has the Dreadwolf. After rebellion, there is a cry for reconciliation. Not only with those we fought, but with those who stood aside and must now justify their passivity. There are empty rooms, but it is now the emptiness of peace, not of the fallen. We know these halls will be kept by. Close out these pages, I gaze at the beating heart of the lighthouse fed so long with hope and offer one last morsel. I am the last. When I depart, it will be into a world I do not understand, but I face a dawn without the ever near us, and that is enough. That's amazing. Oh, wow.
Dweller, it is whole. Restored.
Oh, Astro Lab restored. Oh, workshop's discounted. I've been paying full price for nothing. Tested for full damage and survived in the lighthouse. Nostalgia trip, that's fun. We have caretaker discount now because we fixed that.
Manifestation.
Rank 7. Alright, back on the upgrade train then in that case. Alright, the workshop has been more upgraded and we have increased gear. And that is where we bring this episode of Dragon Age the Veilguard to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next time, we will be pursuing the main quest. So we're going to go and meet with Morrigan at the Cobbled Swan. I'm very, very excited to pursue this quest. After companion stuff and building up on the team and having some nice companion dialogue, revisiting Treviso, I had a really good time today. A lot of downtime in the exploration, not much to say, not much to talk about, so it does end up kind of just like cutting out that dead air of I'm just running around looking for things. But the codex entries we've read, the character interactions, the actual story, really enjoying it. So continuing to meet Morrigan at the Cobbled Swan next time. I'll see you then.